Good morning, and thank you for joining me for another 5 good minutes in the Word. I'm Barry Bryson, and we're continuing our study of David's wives. The last wife that David marries, that we know about from the Scripture, is Bathsheba, and of course, he did not take a woman who was free, and it doesn't seem like he took this woman consensually. Our story with Abigail was the story of a woman who presented herself to David as a woman who would like for him to be interested in her once she was free, which he expected to be, and of course she was, but neither of these things are true. We're going to talk more about David and his actions with Bathsheba when we get to Psalm 51, because after this study we're going to be going through the Psalms and talking about the life of David from those Psalms that are tagged with historical events there in the text, so that we can compare the event that we know from Kings and Chronicles, Samuel and Kings and Chronicles, to what we read in the book of Psalms. I hope you'll enjoy that study, but before we do that, we got to talk about this. Nothing prepares us for this. I mean, there are a couple of times when David seems a little hard-hearted, and both of those times involve his wives. There's when he insists on having Michal back and taking her from a loving home. We can understand that, I think, although we weep for Michal over it. And then his readiness to just wipe out all of Nabal's household when Abigail intervenes. Nothing prepares us in the text for this, and I know that every time I read this, I am no less shocked. I'm more so, because I like to spend a lot of time with David in the Psalms, and that this man could do this. This man after God's own heart could do this. What does he do? Well, for one season, he doesn't go out with the armies. He stays home. And while he's walking the parapets of the castle of his home, looking down from one of the hills in Jerusalem, he sees a woman on a roof taking a bath, which is where you took a bath, on your roof, and you put, things up. I'm losing my word here, but panels up, and you took a bath behind them. It was the thing that you did, but he could see this woman, and he was captured by the unexpected image, as so many young men are, as so many men are. They don't go looking for porn, but it shows up, sometimes quite innocently. And yet they're captured by the unexpected image. David is captured by the unexpected image, and it takes him places that we cannot believe he went. He's king, so he knows who she is. He knows who she is. She is Bathsheba, Eliam's daughter, and Uriah's husband. In 2 Samuel 23, we are given a list of David's mighty men, the men who've been with him from the beginning, the men who ran away from Saul with him, the men who protected him, the men who fought with him and were loyal to him. And we have the names of Eliam, Bathsheba's father, and Uriah, Bathsheba's husband. Bathsheba's father and husband were David's mighty men. He did this not only against her, but against them. He violated the daughter of Eliam and violated the wife of Uriah. I think we might spend some time talking about Uriah later on, because he's an interesting figure to me too. But anyway, he sees her and he takes her, and that's the word the Bible uses. He took her. It's the word that's used at the end of Judges about the taking, the harvesting of the young women. To take. It does not in any way imply consent, and anyone who wants to blame her or make her a co-conspirator is wrong. So get over it. David took this woman. Is it rape? We would consider it rape as a father And the husband, yes, I would consider it rape. Did she consider it rape? I don't know. I don't live then. This is a woman without any rights, without any power, and the king takes her. I do know that she is defiled after it happens, because the first thing she does when she goes home is purify herself from her uncleanness. And then she goes home. After the event, she takes a shower. She takes a bath. This begins and ends with a bath, this episode does, with uncleanness that David perpetrates in between. Well, we'll talk more about this tomorrow, but we'll leave ourselves until tomorrow to ponder what David does to this woman, to her husband, and to her father. Thank you for joining me for 5 good minutes in the Word.